Rickey Smiley Morning Show is Talking Out Tuesday. So excited. Y'all help me welcome our therapy expert, licensed professional counselor. Give it up for Yunetta Spring.
Good morning, Rickey. How y'all doing this morning?
Man, we blessed, and this is so excited to have you this month. It's Emotional Wellness Month. So I know you got some tips for protecting our emotional space.
Yes, absolutely. So, today I want to talk about our emotional wellness from the aspect of, identifying. Last week we kind of talked about identifying our core emotional needs. This week I want to talk about how our emotional needs are oftentimes connected to our core belief system. Right. So our core beliefs are basically, how we view ourselves, the world, others, just at our core. And our core beliefs can be negative or they can be adaptive, like positive or adaptive. So an example of a negative core belief could be like, I'm worthless. Okay. That could be a negative core belief. An adaptive belief could be like, I'm worthy or I have value. So if you have a negative core belief of being or feeling worthless, then it's possible that your core emotional need of value, because we talked about that last week, that value is a core emotional need, that need was underdeveloped as a child. So it's all connected. So, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because I want us to start putting these parts and pieces together. Because when we look at emotional wellness, unless we had like emotionally mature parents or, really secure caretakers, or unless we've done some personal work, which some of us have, like therapy or self-help practices or coaching or spiritual work, the reality is, unless we've done our work and we had a really good upbringing, a lot of us are operating on the emotional system of a 10-year-old. Okay. Wow. So research supports that most of our negative core beliefs were encoded before 10. So if your beliefs and practices were encoded in a negative way before 10 years old and you haven't actively done anything to adapt those beliefs, then it's possible that in some way, shape, or form, you're still holding on to those beliefs and they're still interfering with your life now. So it doesn't matter like what your environment looks like now. You got to really take a close look at what that background was like and how you felt at 10, because that impacts your wellness now. That's interesting, huh? Like, right. Because, one thing I always say is, I work with the children that live in adult bodies, right? So I cannot count how many successful, resilient, professional, just bosses that I work with, but they are still navigating negative beliefs that were encoded before the age of 10.
Oh, wow.
50 or 40-year-old adult, And this is why, one of the things I posted on social media is stop apologizing for asking for what you need. Right. Because a lot of times when we grow up in these environments, we're conditioned to believe that it's not okay to have our needs met. Like it's not okay to cry or be sad or be angry because that was considered to be disrespectful, in some households. Can y'all relate to that?
Absolutely. And breaking the generational curse is something that you're doing by coming on the show every week, letting people know that it's okay. Because our grandparents and great grandparents, they just didn't have the information that we have now, and that's why this segment is so important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they were doing the best they can, and when you know better, hopefully you do better. So that's what we're trying to do now, kind of unlearning and doing some of those things. Because one thing about it, just because we consciously know that it's okay to cry, that doesn't mean we feel that way, Right. So we have to be able to show it's okay. Like, how do you show that? Not just say it, but how do you show that it's okay? You know, so that's what I got for y'all today. I hope it's helpful. Remember, ignoring our emotional wellness will lead to mental illness, so we really have to pay attention to these things. And if you need...
Say that one more time, because that's so important. Mm-hmm. Say that one more time.
Yes, and ignoring your emotional wellness will lead to mental illness, right? So in some cases, mental illness is preventable. We just really have to pay attention to our emotional wellness and make sure we're giving ourselves what we need.
All right, y'all. Of course, this is Talking Out Tuesday. This Talking Out Tuesday segment is not meant to be a replacement for actually going to therapy, but it's a start. And you can always get more information on Yunetta's website, springforthcounseling.org. That's springforthcounseling.org. Thank you so much, Yunetta. One time, Yunetta Spring.